Hey guys, we're back again with more coordination patterns, trying to use complementary coordination patterns to spice up our coordination training. We've looked at a couple of videos where we learned how to flow from one pattern to another and keep the beat going and always be presenting our lever on time for our partner to hit with his lever. I want to explain another way that you can vary things and make it more interesting in training, and that is you can vary the beat, the actual rhythm that you're striking at. Usually when you do something like Kab Kab, one of the partners takes the initiative and kind of sets the beat and the other one keeps up. Sometimes they're both more experienced and one might pick it up, slow it down. You can vary it organically on your own quite a bit. It also can be useful to bring in an external constraint. Music teachers make use of a metronome quite a bit. This is a metronome. And you can set it for however many beats per minute that you want to set it for. So this is useful when you're training by yourself. It gives you a constraint. And you can set, like I said, you can set that thing for a faster rhythm or for a slower rhythm. Now, of course, you don't have to have a metronome. First of all, there are several nice metronome apps that you can get for your phone for free. They work just fine. You can also simply pick a musical tune that you like and train to that. So varying the rhythm can be really useful. You also, and our subject that for most of the video today, you can add little variations of loading within the pattern. And what I mean by loading is this. In standard Kab Kab, as I'm doing it, I'm loading each strike while the other strike is being delivered. So as I deliver my right strike, my left one is loading. And it loads in two different ways. It loads because my core rotates, bringing the shoulder to the back, giving it potential rotational energy to come back to the front. And also the tip of the lever cocks back to my shoulder, giving it room to come around and do the finger snap at the end. So you combine the rotation of the core with the finger snap, you're getting loading on every beat of standard Kab Kab. But we can, given enough time within our rhythm, we can add in more loading. And there are actually a number of ways to do this, and I'm going to show you more in future videos. But today we're just going to add in one new loading method, and that is the high thrust loading method. So from my extended position, so as I strike in Kab Kab, what you're going to do is you're going to let your strike come out a little further than you normally would. You're going to let it come out to where your blade and your forearm line up with each other. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't only come out to here, you come out to here. And from there, you pull as if someone has grabbed your lever and you're trying to pull it out of their hand. And you try to finish your pull with the point aimed at the opponent. So I throw the strike, I pull it back. But while I'm pulling it back, I deliver my other strike, the normal Kab Kab strike. Now I'm back here loaded for a lot more power on that next hit. So at first when you begin to apply this, you're just going to put it in at random intervals, or seemingly random intervals. Humans can't really be random. I bring it back and fire it in. I bring it back and fire it in. That's great all by itself. Please be careful when you do this. You can lose control and hit your partner's hand. So always watch out for your partner. I can get a little more complex with this over time. Once I get comfortable enough just doing it like that, I can start getting mathematical. So what I mean by that is, for example, I can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pull, 2, 3, pull, 2, 3. So that's a 3 count, 2 strikes and a hit, or 2 strikes and a loaded hit, and then 2 strikes on the opposite side and a loaded hit, so technically that's a 6 count. I can do just a 2 count instead of a 3 count, which goes like this. And that means, unlike the last pattern, which switched the sides that got loaded, this is the same one over and over again. I'm loading the right, not loading the left. And of course I can switch that and only load the left and not load the right. So that's a 2 count. The hardest is the 1 count, which is I'm loading every one. This has always reminded me of someone playing a giant drum. So you're hitting, 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 hitting. And that's the one count. And of course, over time, you can get comfortable enough to just flow among these without thinking about it too much, just as we want to do with every other element of these complementary patterns. So just stick with Kab Kab and try these variations for a while till you get comfortable. And then as you're flowing from the open, or from the X into the X with the other hand, right? And back into Kab Kab, you can go, oh, I'll add that in too. Any place that you want to put it in, you can put it in. Just be careful that you don't hurt your partner. This is a lot more power, and it takes a while to be accurate with it, so don't injure your partner. I hope you find this useful, and next time I'll show you a number of other loading motions that you can plug in mathematically the same way. Good luck. Let me know how your training's going.